Kim, here we are again with these fantastic art impression stamps that I can't get enough of because they're so fun.
Oh, they're so fun.
I absolutely adore this card that you made.
Oh, thank you. You know what? Their stamps make it so easy, and I have not found one that I don't love yet. Some I can't use.
They're truly smile makers. They really got it. So what all did you do here? You have some different kinds of
There's a lot
coloring.
going on in this card. So I've started with Simple Stories paper again. I've used the little emoji.
Oh my goodness,
pad,
that is so cute.
And it is so fun, right? So it just has so many fun things. It's the same weight as their bigger cardstock, and it's double-sided, so it gives me that inside-outside background.
Nice.
I've also used, again, the stamp, this set from Art Impressions.
Love her, love. I want to be her when I get her age.
I think I'm getting there already. I've used the wobble.
Yes, that's
Wobblers
what you've done
again
right here
for our sentiment.
Some nice effects.
And what I wanted to show is the Dina Wakley Scribble Sticks.
Right, those are hot and trendy right now. They just came out at CHA in January, and so we've just been playing with them a little bit. So I'm excited to see, because when I'm looking at this, I'm actually not sure what you use them for.
I know, and when I was playing with them, I was, again, trying to do it how I would use them, because I'm not a big mixed media person.
Right.
I like to play with it.
Right.
But I like making cards.
Yes.
So I
like to collect all of these supplies. I'm really good at that.
I'm a great collector.
I'm a great collector as well.
So for this stamp here, I've used the Ranger Archival ink.
Okay.
It's permanent ink, so once it's in place, it's not going anywhere.
Right.
So if you're using water, you don't have to worry about it bleeding
and that's
out
really
on
important with what you're doing right now. You don't want an ink that bleeds when you add water to it.
No. And I've tried to keep these very nice and clean.
They are. You're on Superstock, right?
I'm on
This is Scrapbooker Superstock,
again.
140-pound weight, so it can take a lot of ink and water and all kinds of things.
And again, what I really love about this outside of the weight as well is it's bright white. So your colors are what your colors are.
They stay true,
yeah.
which is nice. Ooh, those look pretty, sorry.
They still look pretty. I tried to keep them pretty. So what I'm going to show you is that you can take a couple of colors here, and I'll do the background here, and I use the yellow and this kind of tealy.
So they're like water-soluble pigment ink.
They are.
Yes. They're harder than they feel like a wax crayon.
They're hard, and they're slick, and I don't know how they've made it. I don't know the science behind it, but they're fun.
They're fun. They're fun.
And at the end of the day, for me, it has to be fun.
It has to always be fun.
Yes.
Okay.
So for this, really simple, scribble. Do not worry about where you're going with them, right? Follow the general design, but that's not fancy coloring. And then all I do is I take my little water brush, and sometimes I like to have a little drop on the side
to get started,
and then just color over it.
Blend it in.
It moves beautifully.
That's fun.
It is very fun.
So this is a very controlled way to use the Scribble Sticks,
yes,
which is actually a great way to get started. A lot of people are intimidated when they buy these because they're like, oh my goodness, I have to be a mixed media artist. I love that you're showing us a very basic way to use a Scribble Stick, so thank you.
And then what I like to do too, and I've done in this sample, is I've just done a very light second color. So it gives it a little bit of depth, almost like a little bit of fabric, tweed color. And then I've also outlined, again, very loosely. And then I've gone and I've just
touched it up with the water.
Touch it up just to bleed and soften it. This you can come in a little bit, and it just.
Oh my goodness!
It's just so fun.
You could play for a long time.
You could. And for her top, then I did the same technique, and I used kind of an orange and a burgundy, so you get that multi-tone color. Same with the wine.
Perfect. And now I see that I definitely want you to show us what you did here, because I thought this was patterned paper, but you told me before the show that it's not.
It's not. It's Chameleon marker, the Chameleon pens.
Okay.
So I have used them again.
You've used them in a non-traditional Chameleon pen way. So instead of shading, you're actually using it as a pen.
I am.
So again, a basic technique so that you don't necessarily be intimidated when you buy these shading pens. You can also use them as a basic pen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're fun. So,
they're fun.
I've pulled out colors that match the background. Okay.
Yes.
And all I have done is taken my red and green, and those are the technical names of them, red and green. And I've used the non-brush tip, so I've used the bullet tip.
Okay.
And all I did was made lines.
Little lines.
Just like that. And then
Look at that, yeah.
I did the same with the green.
And then did you go afterwards and put yellow? Is this a piece of pattern paper that you used back here?
No, that is like that. And then I've taken the brush tip from the yellow.
Okay.
Whoops. The brush tip has the gray on it.
Okay.
Camera makes you a little nervous. You forget these things. And then I just went over top of it.
There you go.
And because of the alcohol ink, it kind of bleeds and softens
Blends
what's underneath
You
of
get a
it.
little bit of a watercolor effect.
Yeah, and then you get this really nice
Perfect
border
edging.
that the colors match.
And I think did you also use the chameleon pen around here?
I did. So I
some...
used this Elizabeth Craft die. I used the center, and it's got these little stitch marks in it, right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of fun. And then I just alternated my colors, and I put my bullet tip in that stitch.
In the faux stitch.
And it just kind of pulls the color out, and then it made a nice little border around it.
And of course, I see on the table you've stuck this card all together down with?
Always my Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L.
This nice big, easy runner
I don't leave home without it.
Looks great.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Kim. I will definitely be over to have a glass of wine with you later on.
Sounds perfect.